In modern warfare, volume often defeats sophistication. Militaries are deploying massive swarms of cheap, single-use drones to overwhelm air defenses. But this swarm tactic comes with a severe vulnerability. Traditional propeller-driven loitering munitions, like the Iranian Shahed, typically max out below 200 kilometers per hour. At that speed, they are relatively easy for modern radar and interceptors to track and destroy long before they reach their targets. This graph illustrates the problem and the solution. It compares the high intercept probability of a slow propeller drone against the evasion capability of a jet-powered munition. Systems like India's new Agniveg drone use jet propulsion to accelerate up to 450 kilometers per hour. They penetrate enemy airspace and strike within 5 meters of their target before defenses can react. Building those jet engines is exceptionally difficult. The extreme heat and rotational stress inside a turbine demands specialized heat-resistant alloys, advanced metallurgy, and microscopic precision. For decades, India lacked this domestic manufacturing capability and had to buy these engines from foreign suppliers. That reliance created severe strategic bottlenecks. Entire aerospace programs, like the Tejas fighter jet, have faced production delays while waiting on the delivery of imported engines from companies like GE Aerospace. Recently, that dynamic shifted. India's Defense Research and Development Organization, working with a private firm named Azad Engineering, took a domestically designed 350-kilogram thrust jet engine from paper blueprints to a working metal product in roughly 2 years. By manufacturing this advanced turbo gas generator, or ATGG, domestically, India secures an internal supply chain. The military can now arm itself with high-speed tactical weapons without worrying about export limits or delivery delays from foreign governments. The ATGG is a sophisticated piece of aerospace machinery, yet the military designed it specifically to destroy itself on its very first flight. Look at this visual breakdown comparing turbine engines. Reusable engines, like India's PTAE-7, required heavy, durable alloys and expensive bearings for repeated flights. Because the ATGG is expendable, manufacturers use cheaper materials and standard components, severely reducing part count and unit cost. There is also a deliberate choice in the type of propulsion. Turbofans, like India's Monarch engine, are highly fuel-efficient and ideal for long-range cruise missiles. The ATGG is a turbojet. It burns more fuel, but it is lighter, cheaper to build, and accelerates much faster. Expendability is a calculated economic strategy. When a military plans to launch hundreds of kamikaze drones in a single swarm, the engines powering them have to be cheap and easy to mass produce. Beyond drones, this new turbojet provides the primary propulsion for a specific tactical weapon, India's naval anti-ship missile, the NASM-MR. This weapon is designed to be air-launched from Navy fighter jets like the MiG-29K. The aircraft releases the munition from a safe standoff distance, far outside the range of hostile air defenses. Once dropped, the turbojet ignites, driving the missile at high speeds to obliterate enemy ships, keeping human pilots out of the threat zone. Earlier test versions of this missile flew using foreign-made engines. Now, the missile will undergo flight trials powered exclusively by the ATGG, ensuring that India's maritime strike capabilities are supported by a fully sovereign manufacturing base. This 350-kilogram thrust engine represents a broader maturation within India's industrial base. While state researchers at the DRDO provided the technical blueprints, the physical assembly was entirely handled by Azad Engineering. This proved that a private Indian firm possesses the precision manufacturing standards required to build military-grade jet engines at scale. Azad isn't acting alone in this sector. Other private deep tech startups across India, such as Munition Aerospace and Green Arrow, are actively testing their own sub-kilonewton and turbofan engines. Shifting complex manufacturing away from purely state-owned enterprises and into the private sector creates the industrial capacity India needs to permanently sever its reliance on imported military hardware. To be clear, a 350-kilogram thrust expendable turbojet cannot power a manned fighter jet. It lacks the massive thrust-to-weight ratio required for India's upcoming fifth-generation AMCA combat aircraft. However, mastering this technology is a required step. The DRDO's gas turbine research establishment struggled for decades to develop the Kaveri fighter engine. Successfully delivering this smaller turbojet on schedule provides researchers with a necessary morale-boosting near-term victory. This chart maps out the propulsion ladder. You can see how the successful mass production of small, expendable turbojets creates the structural foundation needed to build medium turbofans. Every small engine built domestically establishes the machining skills and institutional knowledge required to eventually scale up to advanced fighter engines. The government is forcing this acceleration. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh recently issued a strict mandate to DRDO scientists, demanding they develop sixth-generation aero engines within the next 5 to 7 years. The specific heat-resistant materials and artificial intelligence integrations for those future engines are still highly classified. But transitioning the ATGG from paper concept to finished product shows India is finally assembling the domestic machinery required to make them a reality.